And welcome back to the Constitutionals Podcast. I'm your host, Chad White. If you didn't know, this is the premier podcast for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a busy day. I gotta hurry up and knock out this episode of the Constitutionals. Why does it sound so weird? I hope it doesn't sound weird to you, but it definitely sounds weird to me. Oh, there we go. The audio was down. The audio was turned down. I'm Chad White. Excuse me. Hold on. I have to pull up Google Drive on this stupid iPad. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I thought it was in a folder. It's not. I'm Chad White, the host of this show, as well as other things that occur on cpluscomedy.com. I'm a very lonely person. I live alone. I will most likely die alone. I spent most of my time alone. Even when I try to hang out with people, I get a very polite no. And that is how the dating life is going. Just a very polite, this was fun, but never again. I wish I was kidding. But here we are, doing this show again. I don't have a lot of topics. Today, I didn't do a lot of work today at work. Today is Thursday. Then I'm recording this. Comes out Friday, tomorrow. Typically, that's how the story goes. So today, usually I go to the office. I get in there. You know, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I sit down. I type up my computer, my expensive Mac Pro. Is that what it is? The trash can. I got the trash can. It's all specced out. I sit down, and then I load up whatever's on Premiere, and I watch whatever I need to watch. And I eat some lunch. Continue watching stuff. If I don't need to watch anything, I'll go to youtube.com. I'll watch some videos, go to newyorktimes.com, read some articles, Atlantic, all that stuff. Then, this just sounds so weird. I have to fix this at some point. Okay, anyway. I guess this works. I just turn on the sound dampening. And then I come home. It's like 4:30 at that point. 4:30, 4:45, because traffic is trash. Even I'm going 5 miles to and from work. And then I come home. I sit there. I eat a bowl of cereal, maybe get a little sneaky snack before dinner. I have dinner. I watch some TV. I go to sleep. I play around on the iPad or do whatever I need to do for C Plus Comedy. Go to sleep. Today's a different day. Woke up, went to the gym, did some boxing. I had to get to work early because I didn't go to work for the morning part of the day. I volunteered. The company that bought our company, Scripps bought Bounce TV several months ago. The acquisition, I assume, happened prior to even me getting hired. And they, go ahead and turn that off. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Well, I just looked at it in a second. If you're watching the video, you just saw me look off to camera right. Something just happened. So anyway, Scripps bought Bounce TV. You might know Scripps through their. Let's see what Scripps owns, because Face ID. Excuse me, because Scripps owns a crap ton of stuff, namely Earwolf. They own Earwolf, or Scripps owns Earwolf. Let's see, Scripps. Oh, they call it the spelling bee. There's a research institute. Scripps owns. Do they own Discovery? Yeah, they own Discovery. Holy crap. They bought Discovery for $11.9 billion. So they already had a network. They own ID Discovery, TLC, HGTV, Discovery Family, History, all that stuff is part of the Discovery family. So I guess this is part of the Scripps Networks Interactive. Yeah. That was formed in 2008 through the spinoff of the EW Scripps company's cable television networks and online assets. So we're part. So Bounce TV is part of the Discovery. I don't want to say part of the Discovery family, but it's a cousin. It's a distant cousin. Let's see what else EW Scripps owns. Excuse me, I'm just screaming into the thing. I guess Discovery is the biggest thing. All right, it started in the 19th century. My God, in 1887, it was incorporated December 1st, 1887. Oh, this is a good little topic for me. They own They own 19 ABC affiliates, 12 CBS affiliates, 11 NBC affiliates, 6 Fox affiliates, 5 CW affiliates, 2 My Network TV affiliates, and 1 station independent of any network affiliation. which might be about. They own a bunch of news things, news conglomerates. Wow, Scripps owns a lot of stuff. Any Hoosers, Scripps owns a lot of stuff, like I just said. So, but what they did was they partnered with this school and us. Obviously, they partnered with their children, their children, to do a book fair for the kids at this school, elementary school, which is which is immediately next to two other elementary schools, and that is not an exaggeration. There, I went to the wrong elementary school, and then behind it, which was not even 100 yards, I would say 100 yards away, was another elementary school, and then behind that was another elementary school. And I had to, and we got to. They gave away 2 books per child in the entire school. So everybody from K through, whatever, or first through, because I don't think they had primary, but it was like first through 5th or 6th or whatever. They all got 2 books, which is amazing, which is a really cool thing. I thought that it was a book fair. They called it a book fair, but we had to help kids choose, the books that they wanted. They had, Captain Underpants, the spinoff of that, Dog Man, a whole bunch of other things there. Some Minecraft books, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, a bunch of magic books, books about magic, fictional books about magic. It was very nice. So I was there from, usually when I start work around 8 o'clock, so I was there from 8 o'clock until about 11:30, 11:45. It was really nice. Really cool. And that was good. That was the thing I did. Instead of, I chose it. I want to help kids learn and stuff, but I also chose it because I didn't want to sit another 4 hours at work. So I went to work at like noon, and I left at like 3:53. I was very tired. I still am very tired. Okay, so the thing I was looking at, if I camera right, last week, the Canon is the main camera I shoot with. I should pull that up on screen. Give me a second. Hold on, it's happening. All right, if you're watching the video, I got up for half a second. If you're listening to a podcast, I got up for what would seem like 55 years. So this is the Canon T3i that I bought off my sister. I would say C+ Comedy is 6.5. So close to 7 years ago, at this point. So, because I had this before C+ Comedy, and I started using it because of, I had it in my senior year in college. So, So I bought this Canon. It's not even a T3i. It's just a Canon Rebel T3. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, all the accoutrements. It doesn't fit regular microphones. It doesn't have. It has a mini HDMI. It doesn't have a tilting screen. It shoots in 720. The glass isn't that good, and I believe there's a dead pixel within either the glass or somewhere in here. But you know what? It functions. It does just the bare minimum of what I need to do. And the battery for it has not been charging, unbeknownst to me. So last week I went to shoot record the constitutionals, and it just wouldn't charge. But now, today, or actually no, a couple of days ago, I plugged it up to shoot, news time. And it would say it had the green light. There's a green light, and it's either green or orange. Green means it's charging and it's good to go. And that's the issue. Orange means it's charging, but right now it's charging, but it says green. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So the battery's not charging. That's the problem, and that's the issue I am dealing with today. Also, those kids are really nice. None of them were mean or anything. Kids also stink. They're going through puberty. They're learning. And the younger ones are coughing on you, or just not even covering their mouths. One kid, I helped him out. I was paired with him because he seemed to be not a troublemaker, just to be somebody who would get a little lost. So I was paired with him. and I'd spent, they had 20 minutes of time, 20 minutes per class to get it. Like, so each class had 20 minutes to pick out a book, two books, excuse me. And so I helped this kid, I would say a majority of the time. And then you have to send in the registers so that Scholastic knows what books were, quote unquote bought. And then the kid came back over and he said, I got these two books. He showed them to me, even though I helped him pick out at least one of those. He goes, I got these two books. Thank you so much. And he threw up his arms and he gave me a hug. And I went, oh my gosh, children. I still hate kids. Maybe one of these days I was going to be discussing whatever I was going to say. I was going to say something about the sleep of the woman. That's inappropriate after I just talked about children. So there you go. That's it. That's what I did this morning. And actually, in about an hour, did the air turn on? It did. God, I hope you can't hear that. Because if I can hear it it is shaking. Oh my God, the light is shaking. It's because my light, the light I'm using to fill this void of a room is right next to the vent, and it's blowing directly on the umbrella, and so the umbrella is like waving. And now in about an hour, it's 5:25 now, I will be talking to Maria Bamford. Comedian Maria Bamford. I can't wait. This is something I've been working on since December. So since right around the time Craig Ferguson's thing was up, I've been planning. Well, I haven't been planning this. The people reached out to me and I said, please, please let me talk. So I'm excited. I'm very excited to talk to Maria tonight, this evening. Actually, it'll be 3:30 her time. But I'm very excited to talk to her. I already have my questions ready. Maria's a very funny comic, and I can't wait to talk to her. So hopefully, might even include some of that conversation at the end of this podcast episode. Who knows? I'm not going to make any promises, because also I might just upload this as soon as I'm done here. That's usually how these things go. If you're listening to the audio version, you would get the audio, the part of the interview. The video version, no dice. You gotta subscribe to both. Who would subscribe to youtube.com/C+comedy and then not do the podcast? Or who would do the podcast and then not subscribe to youtube.com/C+comedy? Rather, that's the backwards way of saying it. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford a new camera. I want a Blackmagic 10 Pocket 4K. Wouldn't that be overkill for whatever I do on this channel, which is news time and the Constitutionals, and maybe one more show this year? Who knows? Probably not. I'm very lazy. No, I'm kidding. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. One day I should talk. Well, that'd be a good episode of the Constitutionals. Just talk over my ideas for C+ Comedy's video shows, which I don't think. Oh yeah, they are. It's under a Google Doc called Show Ideas. I got a podcast. I got two podcasts that are very well outlined. And then I have one video show, which would be like an expanded version of News Time. The two podcasts are like pop culture based. It's like, I don't know. That one of them's kind of a review thing, and I don't do review things anymore. I don't even like getting near reviewing because it's just such a hole, such a pit. I also don't like, this is remaking. I thought it said ranking. I should read this like that. And then the video thing is, like I said, expanded news time. Expanded news time? All right, let's hop right into this. Let's get into the topics. Only 3 things. First thing is I watched tonight, actually, the day I'm recording this. So, last night, the day you're listening to this, or in the past, if you're listening in the future. A show premiered on Comedy Central called AWKWAFINA. It's Norma from Queens. I obviously have ties at Comedy Central. If I had ties at Comedy Central, I would not be recording this podcast here in Atlanta. I wouldn't be here in my office. I could afford to live here. No, I got screeners for the show. And AWKWAFINA is Norma from Queens. I'm going to preface this by saying I really enjoy the show. I enjoy it so much so that I watched not 1 but 3 episodes. No. There's 5. Yeah, so I watched 3 episodes while I was at work on a Tuesday, 2 days ago. 3 entire episodes back to back, which I never do for any show. So I watched 3 episodes back to back. It is very much in the vein of, and I hate to say this because it's comparing a woman to women. It's very much in the vein of, but I'll expand on that a bit. It's very much in the vein of Broad City and NPR just. It's very much in the vein of Broad City and basically any show that is on Comedy Central that's a single camera comedy, that's a raunchy TVMA single camera comedy. And by that I mean that it's about 1 or 2 people. It's not a multicam, not one with an audience. It's if you're watching this, you know what a single cam is. It's very much like Broad City, in that it stars a very idealistic and independent female protagonist who gets put into these very funny situations, and she's hilarious. The acting is great, and then the ancillary characters or the supporting players are very funny. BD Wong plays her dad, and I truly did not know it was BD. I knew it was BD Wong, but I didn't. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to type at the same time. I'm trying to talk. I knew it was BD Wong, but it does not seem like it's BD Wong, because the only BD Wong, the most prolific thing I know him from is Law and Order. BD Wong, Lori Tan Chin. BD Wong plays her dad. Lori Tan Chin plays her grandmother, and she is just flat out hilarious. They give her the darkest lines, and let's just imagine an old Asian woman who speaks, I would say, 90% English, but still there's like a 10% chance you will understand what she's saying. That sounds a little racist, but she's very, very funny. And then Bowen Yang plays her cousin, who is in, I don't know, he's only in 1 episode I saw. So there's 1 new episode. It's already started. No, it hasn't. It starts tonight. Next week is the 29th. It's very funny, and I enjoyed my time with it. You should definitely check it out. Takes place obviously in Queens. Nora Lum, who is AWKWAFINA, she's very, very talented. I don't know if I talked about this, but there was a profile last week I read last week where, yeah, I think I did. I think I talked about this last episode, where she said she was, where the person asked if she was too busy in the movie world to have a sitcom, and she's just trying to strike while the iron's hot. So, but I truly, this is great. Ming Na Wen was in an episode. Oh yeah, she was. Yes, that is the Ming Na Wen. Wow, holy crap! And then Laverne Cox is in an episode, in the first episode as God. I enjoy the show, but it is very much in the vein of other Comedy Central single cameras. Hold on, I'm not going to say that show, Broad City. Trying to read and trying to do something at the same time. It's very much like corporate. It's very because you know how Netflix shows feel like Netflix movies and shows feel like Netflix movies and shows, where the lighting is just a little off, and the episode lengths are way too overdrawn, and stuff like that. Well, for a Comedy Central show, each show is they're able to pack in big jokes, small jokes too, but mostly a lot of nice, big, meaty jokes. And excuse me, the actors or the characters are put into these situations that you don't really see on broadcast, and you more so see on something like FX or deep cable like FX or Comedy Central, and then also has this look, where Netflix, if Netflix is down here in terms of the lighting's off, then Comedy Central's up here, like HBO would be up here, then Comedy Central's like up here, like in the middle somewhere. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. So check it out. It premieres tonight, next week, tomorrow, whatever you're watching. All right. 19 minutes. Wow. I've been talking for, what did I even talk about? This next one comes from the Hollywood Reporter. Fat women are leading ladies, not jokes. And if I remember correctly, this article is talking about the TV show Shrill, Showtime's show Work in Progress, and a bunch of other things. This comes from Robin Barr. Critics Notebook, TV's fat women are no longer a joke. And it basically just talks about how the fat women, they're not the butt of the jokes anymore. They can be the leading lady. They can be, much like AWKWAFINA, the Asian actor, can be the leading actor. Henry Golding was in a movie with, oh God, well, who was in a movie? What is her name? Amelia Clark. And I didn't know it existed. What was the movie called? Not Last Christmas. And it came out, and apparently it exists. And I saw it was on some streaming service, and I saw his picture, and I thought, what the heck? Why is he in this movie? Why is she in this movie? Maybe I should type in Henry Golding and Amelia Clark. Maybe that'll help. Amelia Clark movie. There it is. It is called, it's Last Christmas. Why does it? I didn't even know this movie existed. It came out in November. Trailer for it came out in August. Who? And then Hollywood Reporter reported about it in September of 2018. Wow, and then even the review is positive. Los Angeles Times, Amelia Clark and Henry Golding make Last Christmas worthy of your heart. Polygon, Last Christmas review, Amelia Clark and Henry Golding are hard to resist. Oh my God, I gotta watch this movie. Anyway, back to fat women, ladies. This is, what's her name? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Robin. Robin says, fat, it seems, is the new frontier. And auteurs like McKinney and Shrill's Lindy West, Miss McKinney was the one who, Abby McKinney was the creator of Work in Progress. Shrill's Lindy West have been working to shift the narrative for TV's fat women who have often been relegated to chipper sidekick roles or the zoo of gawking reality television. To reveal the truths of living in a body that is painfully visible and invisible simultaneously. Series like Shrill, Work in Progress, Euphoria, really, and TLC's new reality show, Hot and Heavy. Demonstrate the fatness is no longer just joke fodder, and that title is Hot and Heavy. I can't, and that these characters / subjects can indeed find love and be loved by people who don't physically match them, a la This Is Us and Mike and Molly. Although I learned that the Chrissy Metz, the guy that plays her husband, I guess now husband, is he's wearing a fat suit. Did not know that. And then also refreshingly, these shows aren't fixated on the weight itself, losing, gaining, physical transformation, but the weight of weight, the family pressures, romantic stigmas, and self-hatred endemic to inhabiting a fat form in a disapproving environment. Now, you can say that much about Shrill. I have not seen the other ones, but Shrill, there's an episode where A.D. Bryant's character, I was going to say A.D. Jacobson, A.D. Bryant's character goes to a pool party that's meant just for bigger women, and it's the bodies on display match the beauty of the entire episode. It feels like a pool party that you want to go to, where all these women are just there just to have fun, just to drink. Two of them are there because they're secretly in love with each other. And it's oh God, Shrill is so good. And I can't wait for it to come back. Shrill is just one of the best. So yeah, there you go. You get to see these women, especially for Shrill, because Shrill's the only one I know. But you get to see these women, in 80's case, just make the same mistakes any quote unquote beautiful skinny woman would. And Shrill, in fact, one of the main plot points revolves around the guy that A.D. Bryant's character is sleeping with. He was on People of Earth on TBS, and he's a bearded white guy. So just watch the trailer and look for that. I'm not even gonna bother looking it up. He's a very funny actor. I don't know why I'm just crapping on him. But he was that was like the guy she was seeing and then he doesn't want his brothers to see her, so she's in the first episode. I remember she's forced to go out the back, and apparently that happens more than once. That's one of many times it's happened, and he's just embarrassed of her, and then they break up and they get back together. But ultimately, she's kind of a bad guy in the end. It's a great show. Watch it if you have Hulu. Watch it if you don't. Get Hulu. It's $6 a month. Wonderful read. I definitely check that out. It's one of a few good essays online. And finally, this comes from CMT, or this comes from NPR. Written by Andrew Limbong. Country music channel, CMT, promises equal video plays for women and men. So apparently this was a thing that has been happening, where CMT, they play music videos, I believe, from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's really fun. I'm going to take a real quick pause from the story. When I get these stories ready, either I read them in full, and this is something I go, oh well, this is something I like, and you'll know I read them in full when there's a full week of stuff that I want to talk about. That's not just news, but it's a full week of just essays or something like that. Those are things I read in full. But then other times, I was going to say most of the time, but other times I look at something and I just skim over it, and in the back of my head, I retain the most pertinent information. And apparently, the most pertinent information was that I'd had to know that CMT airs music videos every day from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. And I had that in the back of my head. If you asked me that an hour ago, I would have been yeah, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. No, what was the big deal? Anyway, back to the story. CMT airs videos every day from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. and also operates a separate channel dedicated to airing music videos around the clock. Apparently, what had happened was that male singers, your Jason Aldeans, your Daryl Ruckuses, your Darius Ruckuses, excuse me. Oh, that was racist. Oh, Daryl Ruckus, he's black. Oh God, your Jordan, what is his name? Oh man, it's not even fair. I have so much music in my head playing at all times. I have a playlist called Country Grammar, and it's a bunch of Brooks and Dunn, your like I said, Luke Bryan's, your Sam Hunts, your Dirk Bentleys, your Jordan Davises. You can tell what kind of country music I like. I do like country music. Your Kane Brown, that's what I was thinking of. Brad Paisley's. I love me some Jason Aldean. There's so much Jason Aldean on here. He's such a great singer. Luke Combs, Cole Swindles, Easton Corbin. I have one song by him. That's it. A bunch, and then they're going to join. They were played more than your females. Your Miranda Lamberts, your Carrie Underwoods, Ashley McBrides, Casey Musgraves. I don't know about Lady Annabelle because that's a group. Pistol Annie's, Runaway Junes, Maren Morris's. I have so many. I know so much about country. Oh, I just turned off the phone. Me just doing jokes. And so they were played more, but now they're going to commit to they're expanding on their previous policy. There was a 60-40 male to female. So now they're going to do 50-50. Leslie Fram, Senior Vice President of Music Strategy for CMT, says the decision was driven by women being underrepresented in country music, whether on TV, streaming platforms, or terrestrial radio. She says, quote, "We're not saying every female artist in every single song. Let me start over. We're not saying every female artist and every single song from a female artist should be played," Fram tells NPR. "We're saying let's have an equal playing field and let the fans decide." Women being overlooked by the country music establishment has been a long-standing issue. In the press release announcing its new policy, CMT linked to a segment from the TBS show Full Frontal with Samantha Bee. Good job, CMT. Oh, well, that's owned by Viacom. Okay, all right, never mind. CMT is owned by Viacom, yes. About the issue. I thought they were owned by Time Warner for a second. A study released last year by researchers at the University of Southern California's Annenberg Inclusion Initiative found that across 500 of the top country songs from 2014 to 2018, only 16% were from female artists. Isn't that telling? Isn't that telling when an entire channel can look at the genre that it's based in, or an entire music channel can look at the genre it's based in and say, we're not doing a sect of people justice. And probably country music is maybe a more female-driven arena. Maybe. I mean, or genre of music. Who knows? That'd be a... I wonder what the listenership is. Because I would probably say it's a male-driven thing, given how many men are in the country music world. Sorry, I just got real tired. But this is great. This is great. Now if they can work on accepting people of color. Remember on Hey Arnold, Mr. Huynh, the Asian tenant of the boarding house that Arnold lived in with his grandparents and a bunch of random people, was a country singer. And there was that one episode where he sang and he got his daughter back. And I think it was a Christmas episode or something. Yeah. I've never seen an Asian country singer. I mean, let's look. Let's look. Yeah. They're taking over pop music. Let's see. Asian country singer. There's just a video that says Asian country singer. I guess this is America's Got Talent. Asian man blows everybody with country. He blows everybody with country. What the heck? He's an American. There's one on American Idol. Mongolian Cowboy was his name. Doesn't speak English, but slays a country classic to perfection. It looks like there's only one or two. Oh, Mongolia's Got Talent. Okay, so there's two. Mongolia's Got Talent. Oh, there's a Wikipedia page. Oh, one. It's Matthew Tan. It's just one. You probably can't see that. Matthew Tan. Born in 1945, so he's most likely not singing songs. In 2014, Tan played at the Canberra Country Blues and Roots Festival. He was one of 2 artists to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award, the Asia Pacific Lifetime Achievement Award. Okay, well, good for him. All right, so there you go. I got to get ready for this interview. It's happening in exactly 45 minutes. Listen, if you like what you heard here, head on over to the website, cpluscomedy.com, where there'll be 3 new interviews. This week I could not get to. They're typed up. 2 of them are typed up. The Maria Bamford one's about to happen in a little while. But next week, you will have 3 new interviews. Nicholas Coombe from Dora the Explorer movie. Sherry Cola from Good Trouble. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Nicholas Coombe, he was in the Dora the Explorer movie. He starred in the co-starred in the movie, but he's also in a new show called 68 Whiskey over there on Paramount Network. So definitely check that out. Good Trouble's own Sherry Cola, very funny comedian, and she's a very personable person. Like, I think we could be friends at this point. And Maria Bamford, hopefully, that'll be up next Friday. Maybe I can do those Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna make any promises, but definitely Maria Bamford's will be up next Friday. Very funny comedian. Check her out. You've seen her in like so many things. She does voiceovers, Adventure Time, Big Mouth, a bunch of other stuff. She's stand up. She writes stuff online. It's amazing. She's one of the best comedians. I don't know if she's one of my favorites. I'd have to sit down and rank these people. No, Maria's seriously, it's just out of this world. All right, I got to go. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, no, wait, hold on. I didn't do the website. The website, cpluscomedy.com. Those things will be up. And you can also, if you want to see a video version of this show, head to youtube.com/cpluscomedy. You can see me sitting on the futon in my Atlanta Hawks sweatshirt, my jacket, both near children today and probably full of sick germs, which I will wash. And also on youtube.com/cpluscomedy is our premiere show News Time, which is a weekly news show where I take one topic and I dissect it down to the core and try to throw some jokes in there. This week's episode was Omar Raja. He's the guy who created House of Highlights. It's a sports highlight thing. Very popular on Instagram. Sold to Bleacher Report, and he was at Bleacher Report, and now he's working for ESPN, trying to help ESPN with their social media stuff. So definitely check that out. It's a good episode. It's probably the first good episode in a long, long, long time. I mean, like way, like maybe since November. It's probably the first good episode since then. Major offense to me. So definitely check that out. And then subscribe if you're not subscribed to this podcast. I don't know why you're listening to this. Why you wouldn't be. Rate it on Apple Podcasts. Tell your friends about it. Who cares? Let's hang up. This is it. Bye.